Hey, what's up guys? Matt here with Fix Anything Save Money. Today we are going to be showing you how to increase the water temperature in your water heater. So this is an electric water heater made by a company called A.O. Smith. I just put this water heater in last week. So if you're wondering how to replace a water heater or you have any questions on how to install this overflow, be sure to subscribe to the channel, check out those videos. This isn't going to cover that topic. This is strictly how to increase the water temperature in this unit, and most of them are pretty much the same. You have a upper thermostat, which is behind this cover, and then you have a lower thermostat, which is behind this cover. So we're going to be walking you through the process, showing you the correct way to increase the temperature in this. There are some pretty important steps you have to follow, so stay tuned and we're going to walk you through all those things. So the very first thing we're going to do is cut the power to our water heater. And to do that, we are going to go find the breaker that shuts it off. We're going to flip the breaker and we're going to make sure that the power is off using one of these voltage testers. This is a non-contact voltage tester, and all you do, turn it on, and then we'll test it to make sure it's hot, which we know it is. So when it beeps like that, you know your wire is hot. So we're gonna go cut the power, and then we'll come back and we're gonna turn it back on, show you guys that the power's off, and then we're going to adjust the thermostats and increase this water temperature. So just so you know, most water heaters come preset to 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's just kind of like their way of, their safety measure to prevent scalding, but you can turn it up much higher. So if you have something that's called smelly water, that's a bacteria that grows in these tanks. It's harmless bacteria, but it's a bacteria nonetheless that causes a smell. So one way to get rid of that smell is to increase your water temperature above 140 degrees, because at 140 degrees it apparently boils off or kills that bacteria and prevents that smell. So that might be one reason why you're looking to increase the temperature, or maybe you just don't have enough hot water. But either way, when you increase the water temperature, you always want to do a couple of things. You want to make sure you tell everyone in your household that you increase the water temperature, because someone might get into the shower and they're used to the handle going to a certain part and the water being perfect at that, at where the handle is. And when they get in, if they're not careful, they could easily scald themselves. And then they also make something called a thermostatic mixing valve that you would install at all of your points of water. So you would put it underneath your sinks, or wherever you have water coming out, you would put one of these thermostatic mixing valves, they're called, and that mixes the hot and cold water and prevents or it helps reduce the chance of scalding water. So those are just a couple things to be aware of. If you are capable of installing those valves, it's a good safety measure. Or you might have to hire a plumber to install those valves, or just be extremely careful if you're not going to install those valves, and just know that the water is going to be scalding, because it's a lot higher now depending on whatever you set it to. So these tanks come preset to 120. We're going to be increasing it to 125 on this unit. So I just want the water a little bit hotter than it currently is, so we're going to be increasing it to 125. So we'll go turn the power off. We'll show you guys the power's off, and then we will get into it. Okay, so we have power turned off to this water heater. We're going to go ahead and grab our voltage tester and test it. And you can see we have no power. So now we can go ahead and adjust the temperature. The other thing you want to make sure, I don't know if I mentioned it already, you want to make sure you set the temperature to the same degree. So we're going to set it to 125. We want it the same on the upper and the lower thermostats. That's very important so that you don't burn out the heating element. You want to make sure that the temperature is the same on both the upper and lower. And just so you guys know, if you're looking for any of the tools you see in this video, if you're looking for this voltage tester, and then we're also going to be using just a flat head and a Phillips head screwdriver. I'll put links on where you can pick up that stuff along with the thermostatic mixing valve. those are affiliate links and I do earn a small commission on that. That's my little disclaimer. But that commission money goes straight towards the channel and goes towards, you know, creating more videos and stuff like that. So let's get right into it. We're going to remove this Phillips head screw. And then this cover is going to lift straight out. So you can see there's a little screw hole in here, but this piece just slides into the bottom here. It just fits in there and then just goes back in. So we'll just put that on top of the unit for now. Be careful not to lose the screw. And then you're going to see you expose all of this insulation here. So all you do is just lift this up, and it might be a little bit different than what you're used to seeing, or you know, yours might look a little bit different, but you want to get the insulation up out of the way. And I'll lower the camera here so you could see what this looks like. Okay, so here is our upper thermostat, and you can see here it gives you a dial, tells you this white dial is what it's currently set to, and then this backdrop just shows you the different temperatures you could set it to. So there's 0 all the way up here, 125, and then all the way up, if you were to turn it all the way clockwise, it goes all the way up to 150 degrees. So like I said, we want ours set to 125. So we're just going to line up this little plastic arrow with the 125 mark. Like so. So we're just going to turn that clockwise to increase it, counterclockwise to decrease it. So you can see now that the dial is set to 125. So now we know our upper thermostat is set to 125. We're just going to kind of fit this insulation back in here. And then we will raise it back up so you can see me put the cover back on. Okay. So like I said, this little piece just fits into the aluminum body of the water heater, and then you just literally fold it up until the screw meets the hole, and then we'll tighten it down with our Phillips head. Okay, so now our upper thermostat set to 125. We'll set the camera up lower so you could see this bottom. Okay, so now we're at the lower thermostat. We're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to remove this screw, remove our cover plate. And you can see this just looks a little bit different. It has a little grounding wire, but the process is still the same. We're going to lift this insulation up out of the way, and underneath here is our dial. I can't get the camera any lower, but it looks identical, and we're just going to turn the screw to 125. Okay, so now we have our dial turned to 125, just like we do on the top. So we'll just tuck our insulation back in. And you guys let me know in the comments, why you're increasing your water temperature, and let me know if this video helped you guys. And also be sure to let me know if you have any questions, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I'll try my best to answer whatever questions you guys have. Okay, so then we'll just put this cover plate back on, put the screw back on, tighten it down. Okay guys, so there you have it. All you would do next is pretty much just turn your breaker back on, get power back to it, and you'll be good to go. It'll be set to the temperature that you have it. And like I said, be sure to check the links on where you could pick up all the stuff that you see in this video, along with those thermostatic mixing valves. And like I said before, disclaimer, they are affiliate links and I do earn a small commission, and that money goes straight back towards the channel. So yeah, guys, let me know if you have any questions. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Check out all my other tool and DIY videos. If you're looking to replace a water heater, I have a video up on that, video up on the overflow. So be sure to check all that out. Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.